Good morning, Namrata.
Hello, good morning.
Geeta here. So, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing, Vita?
Fine, fine. What is the situation at USA?
Oh, you mean with COVID?
Yeah, yeah.
It's better. It's in Iowa where I live. It's a very small town, so it's improving. And
Okay.
vaccinations also, at least older people are getting it.
In
Healthcare
India,
workers
same.
got it.
In
Same,
India,
yeah. I'm
same.
hearing. I'm
Better
hearing.
state compared to the earlier.
So, but I guess we are all in academics. We are all nice and safe away from.
So, today, just want to say that we'll start the whispering in our chapter, SPS Gujarat chapter. So,
Sure,
today we have our inaugural ceremony of the whispering, and that is
okay,
followed by your talk.
sure.
So we thought you are the best suitable person to inspire all the women.
Sure, sure. No, so here's the thing. I did not prepare a research talk.
No, no, I
So
don't. I don't. No, it's okay. It's
So
okay.
I
Just
just prepared a few slides on a little bit about what I do and my background, and then I'll just open it up to questions basically,
yeah.
right?
Okay,
I
okay,
do
fine.
have a research. So what is the audience like? What is the typical audience? Is it graduates? Is it PhD students? Is it faculty? Is it industry?
So, Professor Hansa, can you highlight on the members,
Yes,
participants, about the participants?
madam, the participate are the faculty member, even researchers, scientists, and the students. So it's a mixed combination of audience.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
Okay.
So should we move forward? Neeta, ma'am?
No, we will start from 9:30 because 9:30 is our exact time to start the event. So we'll wait for 2-3 minutes more and then we'll start.
Okay, okay.
Professor Hansa, you may start.
Okay. So good morning to all the participant, EXCOM member of IEEE Signal Processing Society Chapter Gujarat section, and our esteemed speaker, Dr. Namrata Vaswani, immediate past chair of IEEE Signal Processing Society and professor of Iowa University, USA. On behalf of IEEE Signal Processing Society Chapter Gujarat section and Women in Signal Processing, I, Hansa Singrakia, welcome you all to the inauguration ceremony of IEEE SPS Women's Wing, that is known as the Women in Signal Processing, and this same will follow by the interactive talk of Dr. Namrata Vaswani ma'am. The theme of the session would be the balance between the professional and personal life, the woman perceptions by Dr. Namrata Vajwani. She is going to conduct the session for the 1 hour exclusive for the working woman based on her own experience of research, teaching with a question and answer from all the participants. So today is the 8th March, that is International Women's Day. So happy Women's Day to all the incredible women. Sign on just not just today but every day. As we all know, the women are always a source of inspiration for the family, for the society, and so the International Women's Day, that is 8th March, is a global day being celebrated for for the social, economical, cultural, and political achievement of the women. The day also marks a call to action for accelerating the gender parity. A begin for every good occasion, call for the prayer. May we begin with the Saraswati Vanna.
या कुन्देन्दुतुषारहारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्कर प्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा.
So, thank you all. Now I request Professor Dr. Meeta Pawala ma'am to cast a light about the Signal Processing Society, Gujarat. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Professor Hansa. Very good morning to all. It's my privilege to represent the SPS Gujarat chapter activities in front of you. So I'll not take much more time. I'll conclude my presentation within 5 to 7 minutes. And in my presentation, basically, I'll touch upon 3 points about IEEE SPA's IEEE Signal Processing USA, formation of the IEEE SPA's Gujarat chapter, and activities of the SPA's chapter. So IEEE Signal Processing is the world's premier professional society for signal processing, scientists, and the professional since 1948. SPS serves its members through high quality publication, conferences, technical and educational activities, and leadership opportunities. Its goal is to keep members abreast of the latest information and to serve the public at large by organizing the various events globally. And to provide the same benefit in the local region, the IEEE SPA's Gujarat chapter was started in June 2014 with the 13 like-minded professionals. And then after its member increases exponentially due to the quality program organized by the chapter. And as a result, chapter has received the Chapter of the Year award consecutively for the 2 years in 2015 and 2016, which is great honor for the chapter and which is the first time in the history of the IEEE Signal Processing Society. Chapter also received the Chapter Certification Award in 2014 as well as in 2018. Professor, can you stop your presentation so I can share my PPT?
Yes. Just yes, ma'am.
So, this is our executive committee for the SPS Gujarat chapter for the year 2021, which is comprises of the young, dynamic, and the experienced members from academia as well as from the industry. Now, if you look from the, if you look on the members of the executive committee, then out of 14, 6 are the women members. This specially I am quoting today because today is the International Women's Day. And to promote the women in signal processing, we are opening a special wing in our chapter and from this year, and that is WISP SPS Gujarat chapter, called Women in Signal Processing SPS Gujarat chapter. And we have a dedicated chair, that is Professor Hansa Singarika, with us as a host today. Thanks to chapter chair Dr. Chirag Pawala for giving the permission to start this new wing in the chapter. Thank you, sir, for giving us a permission. Now have a look on the chapter's activity quickly. So we organize the DL and DIS talks. DL stands for the distinguished lectures and the DIS, that is for the distinguished industry speakers. So every year we are organizing 4 to 5 DL DIS talks in the chapter, and these DL and DIS are the well-known educators and the authors in the field of the signal processing. And SPS USA provides the financial support for this activity to the chapters. Another activity is the major activity or a grand activity that we conduct in our chapter, that is the symposium or the seminar on the new trends in the signal processing, NATSIP. The NATSIP is our flagship event and organized biannually within the Gujarat. And this event was started in the year of 2015. This time we have a 4th edition of this event, and this event is organized by the DAIICT Gandhinagar. You will find the details of the event on our website. I'll share our website link at the end of the presentation. So interested participants can join us and can take the benefit of the seminar. Then other major events that we plan from this year are the technical talk series, Women in Signal Processing, YP activities. Now, technical talk series, this is the program. So under this program, the eminent speaker in the field of the signal processing provides a platform to the budding engineers and the professionals to enhance their knowledge. And the woman in signal processing. The woman in signal processing aims to increase and promote the visibility and the recognition of the woman in the signal processing field. And today we are gathered over here for the opening of these wings in the chapters. And fortunately, we have an immediate past chair of the Women in Signal Processing IEEE SPS USA, Dr. Namrata, with us. The next major event that we plan from this year, that is the YP activities. Through these activities, young professionals can evaluate their career goals, they can enhance the early career skills, and even they can boost up their professional networks also. These are some benefits offers to the SPS Gujarat chapter members. Irrespective of the membership, whether it is a student membership or a professional membership, we provide a grant for the paper publication to the members. Then every year we give the approval to the one of the member from the Gujarat chapter to visit our grand event, that is ICAPS and the ISIC. ICAPS and the ISIC, these two are the major conferences organized by the IEEE SPS USA. Of course, there are certain norms for the scrutinizations. Members has to apply for the traveling and grant, and based on the selection, the one member is selected from the chapter to visit that conference. From this year, we have started. We are starting to give the best paper award for the journal publication to the student members. Of course, the SPS members can get the discount in the registration fees during any event supported by the chapters. And priority is given to the SPS members when the seats are limited during some of the prestigious events. SPS member can get the benefit, can take a benefit of the PhD forum as well as the UG and the PG dissertation competitions and the hackathon, which is organized by the chapter. So as mentioned earlier, we are recipient of the various awards. So these are the glimpse of the award. If you want to become a student member, then the SPS student membership fees is only a $1. And even if you apply the code future50, then it reduces to the half. So if you are a member of IEEE and if you want to become the member of the SPS society, then by having a $50 or by paying only a $50, you can be a member of the Signal Processing Society, IEEE Signal Processing Society. And this is our SPS membership team. So these are the members for the membership drives. So if anyone is interested to become a member of the SPS, they can contact to any one of the person out of listed over here, or even you can contact to me also. We are connected to all our members through the Facebook page, through the YouTube channel, and through the Telegram channel. So you can search on the page or a channel with the name IEEE SPSGS. This is our website www.ieeespsgs.org. So you can get the more information about the Signal Processing Society Gujarat section on this particular website. We are uploading the data day by day. So you will find our upcoming events and you will find from where to register for the SPS. You can find the benefits given to the members by the SPS. So that's all from my side. Thank you. Thank you very much all.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for the insightful information related to SPS. So, women in signal processing offer the networking and engagement opportunity for the women across the signal processing discipline and to exchange the ideas and experience from the research industry and academia. In the Women in Signal Processing SPS website, it's mentioned one directory for the Women in Signal Processing. So this new Women in Signal Processing directory aims to increase and promote the visibility, recognition of the woman in the signal processing field. By growing, engaging, enabling, and increasing the representation of the women across the SPS and the engineering community as a whole, we hope to position and identify more women for the leadership roles, volunteer opportunities, awards, nominations, distinguished lectures, and speaking opportunity at the conference and many more. All the women, regardless of IEEE SPS memberships affiliations, are encouraged to submit their names to the directory and share it with the colleague to building a meaningful worldwide community. Now I would like to welcome today's esteemed speaker come guest for the inauguration ceremony of the Women's Wing of IEEE SPS. Professor Dr. Namrata Vaswani, ma'am. A very warm welcome, ma'am. Dr. Namrata Vaswani is Adjunct Professor for Electrical Circuit and Computer Engineering in Iowa State University. She has received the PhD in 2004 from the University of Maryland College Park and take from the Indian Institute of Technology IIT Delhi in the India in 1999. Her research interests lie at the intersection of statistical machine learning, data science, computer vision, and signal processing. She also served as a chair in Women in Signal Process. My correction in that chair as a SPS earlier I have mentioned the correction as suggested by Dr. Namrata Vaswani, chair in the Women in Signal Processing in the past and actively involved in the different activity for the betterment and growth of the chapter. Now, with the due respect, I invite Dr. Namrata ma'am to inaugurate the Women in Signal Processing. So the inauguration of Women in Signal Processing. Thank you, ma'am. for being with us on this August gathering.
Thank you, Hansa. So,
Now, request me to start with your session.
sure. Tell me when I can share slides.
Yes.
Okay, so should I start?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, can everyone hear me clearly? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Good, good. Okay. Share slides. Okay, so let me do the following. Oh, okay. I'm not on a. Okay. Full screen, where is it? Full screen mode here. Okay. So let me do this. I'm gonna use two sets of slides. This is a few slides. I'll use a few slides from this presentation to tell you a little bit about my research. And then I'll switch to a PPT where I will tell you a little bit about my personal life and how I got here. And then I'll open it up to questions. So I'll plan to take less than 30 minutes to speak and then let others speak. So I'll tell you a little bit about what I do, which is dynamic subspace learning from bad data. So it's work with my students. So let's see. So a lot of data is generated everywhere. This has been around for more than a decade now. A lot of the data is streaming big data that cannot be stored or cannot be stored for too long. Some examples are given here. Now, when I say bad data, what do I mean? It could have outliers in it. An outlier means something that doesn't occur commonly. It could be data. I may not get all the measurements. For example, in the reality mining dataset or Netflix movie dataset. So movie ratings, each user doesn't rate each movie. Or it may be a nonlinear function of the true data. And here I use the term data and signal interchangeably. Now, the reason you have some hope of recovering information from bad data is because signals are typically structured. Sparsity is a very common assumption. Low rank on a sequence of signals is another very common assumption. Assume that the matrix formed by a set of signals or a time sequence of signals is low rank, is often used. What it's really saying is the signals are changing slowly enough that the number of changes, the amount of change can be described by only a few factors instead of Q factors for Q signals. Now, what is also true, if you have a very long signal sequence, the structure properties themselves are often dynamic, which means they change with time. The first step before you can extract information from data is to clean up the mess and dimension reduce. That's really the focus of this talk. I won't go through the whole talk. I'll just go through about 10 minutes. And when I say clean up, I mean either fill in the missing entries or remove the outliers. That's robust PCA. Fill in the matrix missing entries is typically called matrix completion. Or undo the nonlinearities, for example, in case of phaseless PCA. So my group in the last 10 to 15 years, so I've been at Iowa State 15 years, we worked on dynamic compressive sensing, which is the problem of trying to recover a time sequence of sparse signals from undersampled measurements by using the idea that the support, which is the set of non-zero entries of the signal, often changes slowly over time. More recently, I've worked on what I call dynamic robust PCA and matrix completion, which is you want to recover low rank true data from outlier corrupted or incomplete observed data. And the idea here is to exploit the dynamics of the subspace, typically slow subspace change over time. And then last few years, I've been working on what I call phaseless PCA or low rank phase retrieval and its dynamic extension, which involves recovering, a low rank matrix from magnitudes of undersampled linear projections of each of its columns. And the idea here is again to exploit low rank and subspace dynamics. So the main message of the talk in one slide is the following. For robust PCA and matrix completion, you want to use subspace dynamics, which is the fact that the data subspace very slowly over time, in order to improve tolerance to outliers compared to existing work, and simultaneously get a faster and nearly streaming solution, and one that can detect and track subspace changes very quickly in near real time, not real time, but in near real time. And we want to do this both theoretically, which means we want to prove a theoretical result that does that, and we want to demonstrate it in practical real data experiments on video data. For phaseless PCA and low rank phase retrieval, the goal is to use low rank to improve the sample complexity, which means you should need fewer measurements for exact or accurate recovery. Here's a little bit about PCA. Let's keep track of time. So the goal of PCA is to find a low-dimensional subspace approximation for a given dataset. Given an observed matrix Y, you want to find a lower rank matrix closest to it in L2 norm. And the implicit assumption, of course, is that the true data matrix is low rank. That's called PCA. You want to use this for dimension reduction before a very large number of data analytics tasks, face recognition, recommendation system, general exploratory data analysis, a lot of scientific analysis. So PCA can be easily solved for any given matrix Y by computing the singular value decomposition. But if the observed data is bad, it becomes a much more difficult problem. So, which is the problem we study. Yeah. Okay, let's skip this. I'm not going to go into that much details. Here's a brief introduction to PCA in 2 dimensions. So the black line, so the red dots is my data. The black line, if I try to fit a straight line through the data, I get the black line. Now, if I took the same data and simulated a few outliers in it, and if I looked at this data, now visually I can still say that the true data is line. But if I use SVD to find the best one-dimensional subspace approximation, I get a very wrong estimate. So the point is that simple PCA done via SVD fails if you have outliers in your data. And you need more. So here's a little bit of introduction to the terms. Matrix completion refers to the problem of recovering a low-rank matrix from a subset of its entries. Robust PCA says that my data matrix can be written as the sum of a low-rank matrix plus a sparse matrix plus modeling error, V, or noise. And I want to recover L and S from Y, or recover L really. And robust matrix completion says I have both missing entries and outlier corrupted data. So S, the sparse vectors, are called the outliers, and L is called the true data. Okay, this is the general problem. Our work also assumes that consecutive columns of L, denoted by L sub t, little l sub t, are generated from either a fixed or a slowly changing low-dimensional subspace. And then we develop a mini-batch algorithm to solve this problem that operates in near real time. Key applications are in separating video into foreground and background. Here's an example. I'll let you guys just read this slide. Actually, on occasion of International Women's Day, my first piece of advice is take care of your voice. I think women, if we tend to, when we work in fields like engineering, we tend to talk louder to speak over the men who often don't let us talk, but in the process, we hurt our throat. So at some point at this age, I've realized it's more important. Health is more important. I've had to like literally stop teaching because, or stop giving talks for a while because throat hurts. Anyway, just a side comment. And keep water when you're teaching or giving talks, especially important for women. Anyway, coming back to, yeah, so this is video learning. Recommendation system design is another place where again, robust PCA has important applications. Another application is detecting anomalous connectivity patterns in social networks or computer networks, and more. And then there's also applications in functional MRI and dynamic MRI. Sorry, is there a question? Skip this. I will skip here. Let me jump up to here's a little bit about existing solutions. So there's a lot of existing work on robust PCA, but most of them require the outliers to be very few basically, or they need to be very spread out. But this is not often how outliers occur in practice. In video, you often have static or slow moving objects, so you have many outliers in some rows. Existing methods cannot deal with this. And then outliers are often slow. Existing methods are often slow offline and cannot detect changes in subspace. And all the fast matrix completion techniques require the IID Bernoulli or uniform random model Longley set of observed entries. This is again not a practical model. Here's a preview of what our work can do. So here's an original video sequence. The goal is to separate the foreground and background, and I'm showing you background recovery. So the video consisted of moving curtains. Here, our approach is able to it's the best of the comparisons. It's still not perfect. And it's way faster than most of the other methods, except Grasta, which then doesn't work because you see the person in the background, which you don't want to. You don't want to see the person. That's the recovery task. We'll skip the details. I'll be happy to talk about this at a different time, or I should say I am looking for graduate students, PhD students, so ping me if you're interested. So worked on the algorithm, then we worked on the theory, and we worked on the video application. So we can prove a result about when the algorithm will definitely work. And then here's a quick overview of our method versus other methods. Oh, and here's Here's video evaluations. Again, I won't go through everything. Here's basically what let me just, there's a more detailed evaluation in a signal processing magazine article we wrote in 2018, where we compare a whole bunch of methods on this problem. Here's the reference. Phaseless PCA builds up on this new old area called phase retrieval or quadratic sensing. It's a very old area, but there's been recent interest in the last decade because of Immanuel Candace came up with the idea of trying to prove guarantees, theoretical guarantees for it. Our work says if you have a time sequence, again, that together form a low rank matrix X star, how do you recover it from phaseless linear projections? And I will skip the details in the interest of time. Leave you with this and take questions on this part. Here's the list of paper references if you want to look at any of them. So, Hansa, I could take questions now and then move on to the second part, which is more, personal, professional.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Should I start with the questions?
Sure.
Thank you, ma'am. So if you can give us some little bit brief about some question that is asked by some participant during the registration time. So the one is, what is the most stressful part of working woman?
Are we moving on to those questions? Sure, wait. Okay, let's do that. Okay, then let me do this. Let me tell you a little bit about me and then I'll move on to this, okay?
Fine,
I
fine,
have
no
another
problem.
PT slide, so I stopped sharing. Where is this?
That is good.
And then I share. PPT. Okay, so here's Happy Women's Day, first of all. This year's theme, I just found out, is Let's Choose to Challenge. So here's a challenge for SPS chapter in Gujarat. I see for many years the chair of the chapter is a man. So is it time for a woman to be the chair? Yes, it's nice to see a lot of women on the committee, but is it, when do we see someone as chair? Second thing, Meeta mentioned something about technical talk series and then women in signal processing talk series. Why? So either we call it men's technical talk series and women in signal processing talk series, or my point, and that's also been my point in SPS, we should be nominating, we shouldn't create awards for women, we should be nominating women for regular talks. Anyway, so let's, and then here's some more information about Women's Day. How do you do full screen? Oh, we don't remember that. Sort of ECE, you already introduced me. So I've been at Iowa State for 15 years. Research, it uses a lot of, wait. Long time since I. Oh, we can't.
You want to make it in a presentation mode?
Yeah.
So just press F5.
Oh, I don't have F5. I'm on a laptop. Function F5.
Then
Function 5 maybe. Oh, here. Wait. Never mind. Who cares? This is fine. Hopefully you guys can read it. No big deal. Let's not waste time. So yeah, research in my area, research that I do, and teaching that I do involves a lot of linear algebra and basic probability ideas. Applications are in video and medical imaging. Teaching, I teach a basic course on probability for EE. And then I teach a more like a 4th-year course on machine learning from a signal processing perspective. And then graduate level, these are the courses I teach. More about me is on my website. Research, okay, I already told you this. I went through the slides. Papers, go to archive, put my name, you find me. Or go to Google Scholar, put my name, you find me. I am looking for PhD students again. What I need is linear algebra, probability, and ability to work. So if there's anyone. IEEE, we'll skip this. I grew up in Delhi. Got my BTech at IIT Delhi. Math was my favorite subject. Then, of course, I guess this was for the WISP event at ISIP. In India, we know that when you like math, you pursue engineering. So no surprises here. In in graduate school, I thought I wanted to join industry, but my advisor, Ramachalappa, strongly convinced me to consider academia, and I'm glad I did. And then here's some more about me. And WISP, you already introduced, Hansa, so I will not go through it again. I will say, yeah, definitely enter your name here. Here's where here's the last slide on my advice for girls and women. So with high probability, you're way smarter and way better than you think you are. So A, do not underestimate yourself. Now that said, do not be overconfident either. For the boys and the men who are listening, do not be overconfident. I deal with a lot of that in my undergraduate classes. Do not hesitate to speak up in class, in a meeting. This is for the women. And anyone who's a minority, really. Anyone who's not a man, really. It shouldn't be just women. It could be someone who's transgender. Yeah. Or, yeah. Or queer, or, everything. Everything other than male. Be thick-skinned is the other thing. Is yes, you'll get snubbed. Yes, you'll occasionally hear a comment or two here or there. Let that not discourage you. In fact, use that to encourage you to. For everyone, of course, be honest and careful in what you do and how you present it. And for those of us that work in signal processing and data science, do not listen to the data. Do not use the data to tell you what you or your boss or your advisor feel like believing, but instead conclude what the data tells you. And this is important everywhere. And that's it. Okay, so now about me. Okay, I grew up. So let's see. Let's answer your questions now. So what's the most stressful part for working women? Depends if you're single or married, with or without children, or with or without a partner. For some, the most difficult challenge can be older parents, different stages of life. If you're single with children, that's probably the hardest life situation to be in, but everyone makes the best of what they. In my case, I'm lucky. I'm married. I have a husband who's more than an equal partner, which I made sure he is. I have one child. She's 8, in 2nd grade. Professional front, biases can be okay. Sorry, I had made some notes for myself. On the professional front, there will be biases, explicit, implicit, a little bit of both. Now, more often than not, in a meeting or when you're talking, people don't mean to explicitly snub you, but men are just louder. That's just biological, unfortunately. Many more men are louder, which means we need to be loud enough to speak. Of course, watch for your throat, take care of your throat. but there'll be a few who'll actually deliberately snub you or unwillingly snub you. Ignore them and move on. Make sure you snub them, well, not snub them back, but firmly tell them why they're wrong. Again, women often get missed out for promotions, for nominations, for talk invitations. Sometimes it happens by mistake. Sometimes it just happens because, you know, the person nominating thinks of the last person they met or talked to, and that often happens to be a man. Sometimes there's true biases, so there's all kinds of people. So yeah, that's that.
Then move to the next question.
Sure.
Yeah. So, what the tips or advice would you give to women for balancing the professionalism and the family?
So the slides already. Again, so it depends what you mean by family, right? If you have kids, I would say make sure, you know, sure, kids are important, and we all cut down how much we work when we have a child. But I feel like one doesn't need to sacrifice everything to raise a perfect child. For one, because there's not even a correct way to raise a child. But then family could be a lot of other things. I guess older parents, siblings with health conditions. I'm not there yet, so I can't comment on that. Fortunately for me, my mother is 74 and healthy. What else? So, okay, family, balancing work and family. Family can mean a lot of things, right? Family could be children and a partner. A partner could be a husband if you're sexual. It could be your wife or just your partner if you're lesbian, or it could be various other household partners, depending on your sexual preferences. Family could be just your kids, and you may not have a partner, you may be single. Family, of course, could be parents and single. So there's three kinds of families I distinguish between kids plus partner, kids no partner, and then neither, parents and siblings. So in type 1 case, you want to make sure your partner is an equal or nearly equal partner in everything related to kids and housework. In particular, I hate the phrase when someone says, my partner helps me watch the kids, or when my male colleagues tell me, oh, I need to help watch my kid. You don't help watch your kids. You help watch other people's kids. What else? I guess I'm the only one talking. That's weird. If there's questions, comments, I'd like to hear from the audience, really. I mean, I'm no expert on, you know, raising kids or family or whatever. I'm an expert on my research, so I could be the one talking if it's research or teaching or my technical teaching. So, or maybe the co-host, Meeta, Hansa, you could chip in with your thoughts.
Yeah, Namrata ma'am, I have a question.
Sure.
Like, in faceless PCA, to remove the non-linearity, which efficient classifier of AI we can opt out?
I don't know. So the way we do it is, where is this? Yeah. You could look up a paper called Lower. Let me type it to the chat window. Where is the, why can't? Oh, here. Okay. You can look up this paper. So we use an alternating minimization algorithm to solve the problem, and we use low rank structure. But then there is a lot of other work that has been done. Did you get it? No, I don't see my.
Okay.
Search. share. Okay, let me do this. Let me stop share because I'm not really okay. Okay. So I think there is something with WebEx. The only time you see chat responses is when I stop sharing. Okay, other questions or other comments about what we are talking about, which was personal to personal and professional.
So, ma'am, the one question from the many participants is that how does IEEE as a professional organizations differentiate between men and women?
I mean, in theory, it doesn't differentiate between men and women. What do you really mean by that? That I didn't have an answer to that question. Yeah, I saw that question.
Okay.
I mean, what do you really mean? How does it distinguish between men and women?
One professional organization, how they are treating gender bias.
How they're
Anything?
addressing gender bias? I don't know. They're not. I mean, one thing SPS is doing is they started this Women in Signal Processing Committee. The hope is that the members nominate more women members to do at various levels. There is that lunch that's organized. There's a talk / panel session that's organized. But beyond that, it's the usual. It's the same people. It's the same men and women and everything in between. Yeah. So it's the same biases that come in everywhere. Okay.
Anything from the participant? Anyone want to ask any questions?
Oh, and one other thing I would say is with regard to children, regardless of whether you have a partner or not, is do not worry about getting help. Paid help, daycare, childcare, nanny, family members, whatever works best for your situation. I think kids thrive. They don't need parents or mom all the time. They do well. They, in fact, less is more sometimes with children is what my limited experience with only one child is. And then, of course, you could make them more independent. And less is more.
One thing is, madam, if you give your knowledge on the thing, that what would you tell about the young women who are just starting to the career? What would you like to tell them to know about at the workplace?
See, that again depends on where you are in academia. So first thing is, I would say, do not be shy. Do not hesitate to ask for whatever you think you deserve, even though they might say, okay, your promotion depends on when your boss decides you get promotion. No, that's not how it happens. You need to ask, or you need to tell someone to nominate you. Or if it's going up for an award, it took me much longer to realize that no one actually nominates you. You need to tell someone to think of nominating you. So I guess in the US, it's a tenure promotion system. So do not take on other people's work. Do not take on the most difficult course to teach because someone told you to. So learn to say no is another thing I would say. That I never had a problem with saying no. So, and I guess don't let people mess with you. So don't let people put their work on you. At the same time, do your work really well, and nobody should ever be commenting that whatever you did not do your work well because XYZ. Okay.
So thank you, ma'am, for your insightful information on each of the question with your wisdom. It indeed has enlightened us for the real life scenario, balance between the professionalism and personal life, being a woman. Now let me take an opportunity to invite Dr. Chirag Pamwala to present e-memento to our esteemed speaker as a token of respect. Chirag sir.
Yeah, but I am I am using mobile. Good morning. So I think that it is not possible from my end. So please do the needful from your side.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just 1 minute. Yes. So please, Dr. Namrata Vasan, please accept that e-memento
Oh,
as a
thank
token
you.
of respect from our side because of the COVID. Thank you very much. So,
Oh,
on
thank
behalf of IEEE Signal Processing Society Chapter Gujarat section and Women in Signal Processing, and on my own behalf, extend a very hearty vote of thanks to all the participants, section officers, Chirag sir, Mita ma'am, all the faculty members, my dear students, for attending the inauguration ceremony program and expert session on the occasion of International Women's Day. A big thank you to Dr. Namrata ma'am for your efforts toward the insightful information pertaining to today's theme. Ma'am, we all are inspired by your great words. Thank you everyone once again for making it a great success. Have a good day. I just request all the participants to turn on the camera for taking the group photograph as a memory of celebration of this inauguration program plus Women's Day celebrations. So all the participants, please turn on your camera to take a photo. Let me take a screenshot first. Just 1 minute. All the participants, please turn on your camera. Yes, thank you. Thank you everyone once again for making it a great success. With this, we come to end the inauguration ceremony of this and the expert session talk organized by IEEE SPS Gujarat chapter and Women in Signal Processing. I once again thank you all the distinguished dignitaries, section officers, faculty members, and students for their gracing our occasion with your delightful presence. Have a good day. Thank you very much to all. With the due permission of the experts and the Chirag sir and Mita member and the sessions. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Once again, thank you very much, Namrata madam,
Sure,
for
sure.
sharing your valuable time with us.
Okay. Yeah, my pleasure. Yeah, can we like have a round of introductions from at least the women that I see here?
Yeah, of course, of course. All are requested to give their introduction, please, one by one, all the participants. Let me start from my side. I think you know me well. Initially, the Professor Hansa introduced me, but let me give my introduction first. Myself, Dr. Mita Pawala. I am Associate Professor in Sikipitala College of Engineering and Technology in Electronics and Communication Department, and as well as the Vice Chair of IEEE Signal Processing Society chapter. Please give your introduction one by one.
Yes. So let's start with Yasi Alka Singh, Professor, Assistant Professor in Hindu University, Ahmedabad, Gujarat, and currently serving as a chair in Women in Signal Processing in IEEE SPS Gujarat section, senior member in IEEE, B Electronics and Communication. education, and pursuing PhD in the Gujarat Technological University right now. Thank you. Participate, please introduce yourself.
Okay, and I'd also, yeah, more than.
Yeah, myself, Manish.
Yeah, I was going to say
Yes,
beyond
agree with myself.
introductions.
Yeah, Namrata madam, please.
Yeah, I'm saying beyond introductions, if there's questions, live specific questions from the women, I would be happy to answer those. Like someone just said, there's gender biasing everywhere in India. So if there is a specific situation, maybe I can take another 5 minutes to answer those.
Yes, you are.
Good morning, ma'am. This is Nikhil here from GSET. Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, I can. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that was my question actually. Not only in academics, I think in industries everywhere this gender biasing is prevalent. Although the gender biasing was the theme 2 years ago, but and there are very few women who speak out when they have trouble. Like you said, they are able to say no to things. And then people do not, the general public, they do not like this audacity of the women, or it's not even audacity, it's just a simple, simple denial, but they are not able to take it or digest it, or they try to curb the progress of the women directly or indirectly. So how far, like to what extent can we fight these kind of things?
Oh, I would
Or-
fight it top to bottom. If you have a specific situation you want to email me about later, I would, I'd be happy to suggest exactly what to do. But, I guess there's no reason to take nonsense from anyone in polite language.
Right.
And here also I'm seeing, I actually heard more from men than women. Other than Meeta and
That is because
Hansa,
women
which
are
are
not
hosts.
encouraged at so many positions, or with duties, or a lot of things, ma'am. From what I have seen in my span of 9 years career in teaching.
Oh, you're in teaching or you're in industry?
I'm teaching.
Yeah. No, there is bias at different levels, but like I said, you don't take nonsense from anyone. If they're trying to push you down, you don't, you have to say no. More serious issues there is, which I've not faced, but there are, there's people you need to say no to. You need to say no to sexual advances. You need to say no to people trying to hit on you also, and you need to say no to if someone's not trying to promote you or not giving you your raise or whatever. I don't know how, at least in academia in India, I know salaries are like fixed, so that's not an issue, but promotions are an issue then.
Yeah. Also, on a different note, can you give some tips on time management for this professional and personal work balance, life balance, as in to take care of your health, family, and everything at the same time?
That is true. Okay, health comes. Okay, I realize I'm in my 40s now, so I would have answered it differently in my 20s, but in my 40s, I would say health comes first. Then yeah, professional and family can come equally or whichever. Depends on your family situation. Depends on what personal means, right? So if you have a very small child, then of course there are certain needs that only you can attend to. If not, kids are fine on their own for a little bit. You could be working. In the US, schools have opened, thankfully. So, and in COVID, I feel like are safer, so we should send them to school. India, I don't understand. Everything else is open, but somehow children's schools are not open, which is again because we don't value women's lives and their work. Is that correct? Still?
Yeah. There is a lot of insensitivity towards these stuff.
No, I'm saying still that is true, right? I know elementary school, primary school children, school is still not open most places.
Some of them have, some of them haven't. Some grades they have opened, some they haven't.
No, I'm saying they've opened very late if they have, right?
Yeah. Anyways, thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your answers and tips.
Sure. No, sure, not to. Yeah. Number, yeah. Okay. Email actually, and my email would be easier. If you want to email me, I'll be happy to answer more questions. If there's one or two more quick questions, I can still take it from women. Or related to women, actually, from anyone, but related to women's issues.
Any more question, participants?
Oh, one other thing that just occurred to me was, I guess when you, the advantage, again, I know about academia. Advantage in a lot of our jobs is it can be done at different times of the day. So when my daughter was really young, we would send her to daycare and then get her back at 5 to 9, 8 or 8:30 until we were not working. But then after dinner, it's even now actually, after dinner is my very useful working time sometimes after she goes to bed. Or now after dinner, she can put herself to bed. So that helps a lot. But we were never shy. Initially my mother helped. After that, we used childcare. We still use childcare. So, yeah.
Hello, Namrata ma'am.
Sure. Yes. Hi.
Yeah. I want to say one thing. Okay, don't you think that there are some women who are taking advantage of being a woman, and sometimes they have fake dowry cases against the male persons of the family? Do you think this is a very malpractice going on nowadays?
No, what? They have fake what? Sorry?
Means I want to say that they have fake dowry cases against their husbands, their in-laws, and some women are taking advantage of this thing due to the law which is made for them. So we should raise voice against these women also. Though it's today's internet.
No. Okay, let's. Okay, we are going on a tangent. The fake dowry cases. Okay, so then some people have to suffer. No, a lot of there will be some fake dowry cases, and obviously they are wrong.
Yeah.
There will be some fake #Me Too cases.
Yeah.
They are wrong, and some people suffer because of it.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it's the opposite. So men as a gender have misused dowry. I mean, again, I'm not a social scientist to comment on dowry, but it's obvious that dowry is stupid and dowry is wrong. So I guess we need to, because of that, and now finally in the last many years, there are good dowry laws in India.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of good coming out of it. There will be some bad that will come out of it. So I don't think we need to protest that. There will always be some bad. Now in the US, for instance, there was racism, and the whites today, many of the whites today did not, but they have to pay for whatever the forefathers did 100 years ago or 50 years ago.
Okay.
Same thing with dowry. So you can't have a perfect world. You can't have a perfect world where you have a law and there's no fake cases.
Yes. And one more thing, in society, so many sexual harassment cases, from even the elite cases, means if you see media is protesting against it, because some women who are at very great post, they hold very good post, and they are just having such sort of sexual harassment cases against the persons to whom they could not get any advantage. I am means being a woman, I just want to say that there should be some equality in this matter also.
So
why males should be targeted? sometimes.
Same thing. So many, for so many years in India, there are rape cases that go unreported, right? So
Yeah.
there will be some, once you bring in laws, once you improve, and in the US college, that happens in colleges,
Yeah.
universities. Once you bring in stronger, what is called Title IX harassment in the US, sexual harassment laws, some people will misuse it. Some women will misuse it. I'm not saying that's correct, but you look at a statistical advantage, right? We are all signal processors, so we look at statistically, is it hurting more women or is it hurting more women, or more benefiting more people or hurting more people, right? There have been, for generations, men have basically assaulted, raped women, gotten away scot-free. In India, that happens a lot even today, unfortunately. So
Yes.
as you tighten laws, there'll be some ill effects of the law. You can't have a perfect.
During my teaching, I see so many things like that, ma'am. There are so many women who are taking bad advantages of being a woman. And we just protest that also, because being an educationist, we should see all the factors regarding this also. Now, this is our point, that we should take all the factors with us, so that there should be a justice for society. Justice for society, and for universal brotherhood also.
And sisterhood.
Yes. Thank you so much, Namrata. Thank you.
Sure.
Bye.
Okay. So those are the same person. All right. I think I should end now. It's 11 o'clock at night for me.
Yes, ma'am. Once again, thank you very much, ma'am, for sparing your valuable time with us. No, it's night time in Iowa, but still you awake because of us. So thank you very much to sparing the time.
Sure, my pleasure.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good night,
Bye.
ma'am. Good night. See you. Bye. Bye.
So we'll end the session with due respect expert. That's Meeta, ma'am.
Okay, so with this, we conclude the session of today's inaugural ceremony and the talk by the Professor Namrata Vaswani. Thank you very much, participants, for being with us in today's special day, International Women's Day. And you can visit our website to know the more activities done by the IEEE SPS Gujarat chapter. That is IEEE-spsgs.org. So please be with us in a remaining program organized under the wing of IEEE SPS. Thank you all participants.
Thank you
So
all.
with this, we'll declare the end of the today's ceremony.
Thank you.